Hey everyone, as always, Dylan, GoldPaydirtReviews.com. And for today, again, doing ProspectorMatt.com. This time though, I'm going to be doing his 1 pound bag of Oregon Paydirt. Again, this has no guaranteed gold, but it's supposed to have gold, and it's also supposed to have trinkets and other things randomly thrown in. So, we're going to see what we get. This one might be a little bit hard to classify. I'm going to try to classify it on camera, but I might end up having to do it off camera because this stuff still looks a little damp. So, I'm going to try it and we'll see. See what we get. So let's try this. I mean, I can already see there's a chunky stuff all in it, so I'm hoping it'll screen out. But seems to be working. You know, some Paydirt you can't ever get dry. I'm just going to take this out, no purpose, and dropping that in my screen. Big rocks. Do a smaller amount. This stuff is just clogging up the screen. This is an Oregon Paydirt. So, if you saw my last review of Prospector Matt, I didn't end up finding a lot of gold, and most of my value is actually in silver that I found. You can see this. It just not dry material. I mean, it's not like it doesn't look like you shipped it to me, you know, super wet. And I've actually had this stuff probably sitting around for a month. And about 2 weeks ago, I knew I was going to review it, and I saw this one was still damp, so I opened up the bag to try and get it to come out a little bit, but dry out, but it just did not help. So I'm going to do my best to see how I can get it. It'll at least give you a basic. You know, normally, typically, if this was wet, I would saw a little piece of gold in that one. So, that's good. For the last review, I want to make sure I find some gold. So, now this isn't going to be very exact because this is, like I said, this is pretty mucky. It's just not really screening. So, and I don't like to try to screen in water and have it come back out, so and I'm making a mess on my board, and I will sweep all that up and put it in an appropriate pile before I pan it all out. Oh, I'm really making a mess today. This stuff is just sticky, clumpy. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any under 30 from this. This is one of the things you never do. Like, you know, when you use a magnet, you either want Paydirt in two ways. You either want it really, really bone dry, or you want it really, really wet. You don't want in between because it causes stuff like this. It just becomes mud. and which is not good. I mean, messes up equipment. It's dirty. It's, you know, it's hard to control. So I'm gonna have to clean those out, clean off my table. It's just a mess, but it is what it is. And take these classifications with a grain of salt, because this stuff is really just not going through the screen very well. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I think I'm gonna have to cut, go wash this all out, and see if I can't screen it better and come right back. So give me 1 second. By the powers of magic, poof, there you go. So I ended up having to classify it out wet, and I really dislike doing that. But, you know, more silver. So as you can see, probably the majority of this stuff is in the +10 or -30. There's very little, or not little, but you can see the smaller amounts are in the -10 all the way up to the +30. So I guess I'm going to get to it. I see also I have some more obsidian, a large amount of obsidian. I will have to, in my final thoughts and review, weigh that out, because I do have the weight of this bag, and it was about, I want to say it was 1 pound 6 ounces, but this seems really heavy. And it, you know, like I said in my last review, I thought it should be a treasure bag, not a Paydirt bag. But I'd be curious on how much that giant boulder weighs. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go screen out the +10 and hopefully find some gold, but I don't think so. I think I'm just going to find more coins and silver. So let's find out. More treasures, more obsidian, more coins, more silver, the vial, but this time gold. Found gold. So I'm ecstatic, especially in the +10. I kind of figured I'd get all the other trinkets, and this time I also say about the coins. Again, it was 2 grams of silver, a coin again in a bar, and coins. But all of these coins, except for the Canadian, which is a 78, and I don't know if they were still using silver in 78, but usually not. But I will check. All the coins are fairly old, 1912s, 1908s, 1928s. So I will have to look those up. So this Paydirt is going to make me work on my computer some instead of in my bucket of water. But that's cool too. So again, 2 huge chunks of obsidian and the little vial. So I'm going to weigh up this piece of gold and see how much it is, just out of curiosity's sake. So you can tell I knew I was going to do that because I had my... All right, so let's do. .08 or .07, one of the two. It's in between there. It's a little wet, so I'm going to guess it's going to probably be in the .07, which would mean it is 10 times as much as I found in the last bag of Paydirt total. And I just found that in just the +10. So I'm really happy again. I'm happy again with this seller. This was definitely the treasures in the +10. Now I have to do the -10 +20. I don't expect to find any of the coins or anything like that. So hopefully I continue and find some more gold, and I'm going to get to it. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but down there anyway, but up here you can. Two more pieces of gold. Now I know I seem pretty excited for that, and you see some of my other reviews, and I'm finding pans full of gold, and I'm excited. But you got to take into account this is a $15 bag of Paydirt. So when you find stuff, you got to understand that the ROIs are always going to be lower on smaller bags. So I'm ecstatic. I love finding gold. So found more gold. And now I'm going to go do the -20 +30 and hopefully continue the streak of the Oregon Paydirt being much better. So I'll be right back and see if I can't get some more gold to add to my pan. Well, more gold. 20 pieces to be exact. And yes, I did count them because there's not that many, so I could count it. And I'm ecstatic. I love finding gold, and 20 pieces from a $14.99 bag, I'm happy with. And I'm so much happier than I was with the Virginia Paydirt I got from prospectormat.com. So I'm just dying to get into this, which is the -30, and hopefully the fun continues and I find more gold. But there's only one way to find out, and that's if I get to painting it. Oh, let me quickly show you and see if any of this has got magnetized black sand in it. There wasn't really a lot in the last bag I did, and as you can see again, there's really nothing here. This is all just mud. So it's really not too much black sand again in this one, so as you can see there is a little bit, but not much. Oh, I hate this bag. So, well, let's get to panning and see if I can't get the gold out. More gold. Not a lot. About 5 pieces that are pretty much right under 30, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But there is some really fine gold here. Let me see. That one's probably about -50. There's a little piece there that's -100. So even though this Paydirt doesn't have a lot of black sands, the stuff it does have, it had about a tablespoon of black sand when it was all over with in the -30, which is about the exact same amount that was in the Virginia bag as well. But it was really hard since you do have a lot of sellers don't have -100 or -50 in their Paydirt. This stuff does, so it was really difficult to get it all out. So even though there was only a tablespoon, it fought me every step of the way to get that gold out. So just a quick real recap. In the +10, some antique coins, all foreign coins. Some of them are antique. 2 grams of silver. More obsidian. I have it all zoomed in. A mini vial, and the one picker that was 0.7 grams, we're going to say. In the -10 +20, I recovered 2 pieces of gold. In the -20 +30, I got 20 pieces. And then I guess about 10 to 12 pieces in the -30, because some of them are really, really small. So I'm going to go, weigh it all up, come back for my final thoughts in the review, as well as the Roy. All right, finished weighing everything up, and this is what I got. Gold-wise, wasn't too bad. Much better than the last review. So, also everything, the obsidian was larger pieces in this one. Again, it is obsidian. I have no clue what I would do with it. I did find another little nifty jar to add to my son's collection. 2 more grams of silver. And some coins. Now the coins this time, the last time they were all fairly recent, in the last 10 years coins, and they were all foreign. These coins, again, are all foreign, but they're at least old. These coins, most of them were in the before 1930s range. I had 1 or 2 newer ones, I think, but the rest were all from, 1910, 1912, 1928, somewhere around there. None of them were worth a lot of money. I did try to look them all up, but, price really depends on condition and all that. The most expensive one I saw was worth probably about $8 maybe. But I'm not going to add any of the coins into the Roy because it's too much. Like gold, you can say 1 gram equals X amount of money. Silver, 1 gram equals X amount of money. Coins depends on so many different things. And what somebody asks for on eBay isn't always what you get. And minus shipping and all that. So I'm not going to count those in the Roy. But let me get to my final thoughts, the review and the Roy. This was from prospectormat.com. It was 1 pound of Oregon Paydirt. I paid $14.99 for it. Shipping was free, so my total cost was $14.99. As of today, the gold spot was $41.42. And I recovered 0.138 grams of gold. So much better than the last time. Which gives me a value of gold was $5.72. I also recovered $1.10 worth of silver. So my Roy ended up being 45.50%, or on my scale, a 4.6. The A-Roy was 37.30, or on my scale, a 3.7. The fun factor, I'm going to give it a 9. You know, it was a lot of fun, you know, but, you know, I'm kind of dinging them dinging Prospector Matt because it was a lot of treasures. And, you know, I am buying gold Paydirt, and the silver and stuff is nice, but, you know, it doesn't really add a lot of value. You know, I don't really have a way to get rid of obsidian or these coins. So, you know, it is, you know, some people might like that. I mean, our kids, if I'd have given this bag to my kids, they would probably give it a 10. I'm just going to give them a 9. I'm pretty much on the fence of giving them a 10 or a 9, so I'm going to go with a 9 for that. So the value ends up being a 5.8. My overall experience was a 9, again, just because they've got the little trinkets in there, and also because of the Paydirt packaging. So, but they're getting a 9 for overall experience. Description was pretty good, so they get a 10. The Paydirt quantity was a 10, again, but I am having some issues with, you know, when you get in the big rocks like this and you're getting a pound. But I'm going to overlook it. It was a pound of Paydirt, so Paydirt packaging, 6. As I showed you in the last video, you know, those Ziploc bags do leak, and so I'm giving them a 6, which everyone gets for having the Ziploc bags. Customer service was a 10, and I can't say enough about how fast and good Matt is with his customer service. He emailed me yesterday right after I put out my review to tell me a couple things about his Paydirt and what had changed since my review and when I had purchased it, which was really cool. I mean, he didn't have to do that, but he did, because it wouldn't affect yesterday's review. I mean, it was after the fact, so, but he still went out of his way to tell me all the changes he's made to his Paydirt. The shipping was a 10, so the total score was a 7.8. So it's pretty good, you know, especially for a $15 bag of Paydirt. And as I said, Matt did contact me and told me, and it is on his website, that this Paydirt, the Paydirt he's selling now, is better than the Paydirt he was selling when I purchased it. And it's actually even cheaper too. So now it's $13.50 as opposed to when I paid $14.99. So, you know, my reviews would have been better, my Roys would have been better if I'd have purchased this exact same Paydirt today at $13.50. So, you know, I'm not going to complain. It was a decent bag of Paydirt. I had more fun with this than I did with this other one, with this Virginia Paydirt. So that's going to be it for me. Tomorrow, again, I'll have another review with his Alaskan Paydirt, which is something he no longer carries anymore. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. So that's it for me today. Make sure you hit the comments section and leave a comment. Share this, like it, and make sure you subscribe.